Hi my salty pecans, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi! My name is Pamela, and on today's video I am actually going to be doing a plant update. Yes, a plant update of the plants that I actually picked up at my very ever first plant swap that I went to, hosted by Nia from the Bloom Journey. And it was at Jill's Plant Cottage, located in City Island in the Bronx. And yeah, I really just want to update you all on how these babies have been doing. I believe I went to this plant swap in September or October, one of those months. And it's been, you know, what, like 6 and another 4. So about like, wait, is it October, November, December? So it's been about 9 months, right, since I got these plants. So I just want to show you the new growth, the progress, and all of that. So if you're interested in seeing how my babies are doing basically 9 months later, then keep on watching. So welcome back everybody. Okay, so behind me is actually the array, the assortment of plants that I picked up at the plant swap. Of course, this was my very first plant swap meet and greet situation, and it was so successful. I loved it so much. I ended up winning this moss pole that's holding up Hannah from TR, because he was doing like a little giveaway sort of trivia game situation, and myself and my partner, we won because we guessed and picked all the plants before everybody else, like our opponents. So the first plant I want to get into that I actually picked up, so the first plant is none other than this beautiful Philodendron Brazil. And it is in this little raccoon planter. This is so flippin' cute. And it gave me like a full like neon. My cat is literally kneading on my thighs right now. Yo, you really don't even see. Like, she's literally kneading my Why is she like this? Why is she like this? Look at this. Look. I can't do anything. I can't just sit and chill and have a spare hand or spare lap without one of the two of them coming and be like, hey, excuse me, why are you biting me for? Those love bites hurt sometimes, okay? But there's, you know. Alright, you gotta go. You gotta go, ma'am. You gotta go. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. Alright, let's pan y'all back up. Okay, so like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, this is the first beauty in this little raccoon planter. So this planter does not have any drainage, so it's like I have to figure out when it, you know, needs to be watered, and also knowing how much water to give it. So a lot of new growth, and again, I'm so happy about this one straight up like neon leaf, beautiful Philodendron Brazil. So that's the first plant. The next plant I actually picked up is this beautiful snake plant, Sansevieria. And this one, I think I'm gonna have to give it a new pot because it's growing, but it can grow larger, and I think it needs a bit more space. I think that's what it's asking for. It needs a larger planter pot. So I am planning on repotting this. I say that about so many plants, and then I just don't plant them because it's a lot of work and it's a lot of space. Honestly, having to go from this small tiny pot to, let's say I'm going to like a little 2-inch planter, or maybe from a 2-inch planter to a 4-inch planter, or 4-inch planter to a 6-inch planter, I have to find space to fit those larger planters. So that's the one downside of being a plant parent, is you really don't in hindsight, you know, you're like, oh, shiznit, you know, maybe I shouldn't have gotten such a large plant or so many plants. But you know, when you're in the moment, you're like, I need it, and you don't really think about the future when the plant is growing and that it's gonna need more space. So this is the next baby in my collection that I picked up at the plant swap. I love it. So this one was a freebie. This one is, I think, a button fern, and this plant actually lives in my bathroom, and it's been doing its thing, you know, like every now and then I get like, you know, some browning, but for the most part it's growing, it's really happy, it's really healthy. And I have it living inside of here. It's this like vase thing that my mom had, and I keep water in here. So what I do sometimes, since it lives in my bathroom, is like while I'm in the shower, I just reach over to the window, I grab it, I let the rain pour down on it. I want you they know me. I don't want to live, I don't want to live, I don't want to be, baby. Yeah, so it lives in here, and I think it's so pretty. And again, because ferns prefer to be moist, a moister like substrate, so I honestly just let it live in some water most of the time. Other times, you know, it dries out and I kind of forget, but I'm like, oh, I gotta water this, and I water it and it does its thing. So this is the next plant, and this one actually came from Jill herself. She had like a whole bunch of like a table of just like freebies that you could just take, that you don't even have to worry about swapping. And I like snagged this button fern because I only have one more fern, but that fern lives with my compacta. So yeah, I'm like, you know what, let me add another fern in my collection and see if I can keep it. And you know, condo plant mama Davida, she is the fern queen, so just seeing how well her ferns do inspires me to understand and take my time caring and collecting ferns. So this is the next one. It's doing so amazing, so I'm really happy about that. The next one, this one has made me so proud, and it is this Ruby Ficus elastica. I think this is the Ruby. This is, yeah, I think this is the Ruby. And when I first got it, it only had this, and I believe this leaf. So when it pushed out, you know, the new leaves, this one was the first one, super tiny. Then the next one was a little bit larger. The next one was like gradually larger. The following gradually larger. And the second to last recent leaf is like gigantic. And this is the newest one that just came out unfurled. And I'm expecting it to like be larger than the previous one, like the plant has, you know, shown me. So I'm excited to actually have, you know, the leaves be as large as this, if not larger. And again, eventually I am planning to pot this, give it a larger pot. So for now, I'm not tripping. I'm not, you know, going out of my way to provide this plant with a larger home, a larger like substrate. You know, I'll keep all of these at my east facing windows. I do move my plants around quite a lot, believe it or not. So either way though, I make sure wherever I do move them that it is somewhere where they do get ample of light, which pretty much is the majority of the rooms in my apartment. So they do get a lot of light. And if it's not like on the windowsill getting that direct bright early morning sunlight, is getting maybe some residual light from my grow lights, or getting some ambient light from the white walls, and they're pretty happy. So this is the next plant, the Ficus Ruby Elastica. The Ruby Ficus Elastica Ruby, something like that. So really happy to have this baby in my collection. And in regards to watering, I let it dry out, and then I water it. So I don't keep it like moist a lot. I just let it dry out, and then I let the plant tell me when it needs to be watered. It is usually when this is like, so right now, as you can see, it's a bit of a dark brown, but when it needs to be watered, it's pretty ashy and dry. So that's why when I know to water it. And the last plant that I got at the plant swap is actually this Rhaphidophora, the Cursiva. And this one, Nia gave it to me because I think like there was like a mix up between one that she picked, but then I think she left it, and then she was just like, do I have one? I'm like, no. She was just like, all right, girl, I have one. You can have this. And I was just like, oh my gosh, really? Thank you. But I think this one came from TR himself. And my thing with this plant is it was pushing out new leaves. So this was the new leaf that I got from it, the other leaf. And then all of a sudden this runner started happening. So I think because I'm not giving it ample amount of water, I'm letting it dry out more than it wants to. And that's just one thing I noticed with the Cursiva, is that it actually doesn't like to dry out. So I'm working on having full leaves come out, but again, this is quite a few nodes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, now 7 leafless nodes. So these could all just been leaves, but if anything, what I'm gonna end up doing is probably chop it, right, and then having it restart, push out a new node, new growth, and all of that. So that's just what I'm planning to do with the Cursiva. But other than that, it's, you know, it's pretty happy. And if it's not dying, it's still growing but not growing how I want, I'm not complaining, and I'm not gonna try to complain. I just have to try to find a solution to my issues, which is one of the main awesome things about being a plant parent, is that you learn, you figure out what your plants like, what they don't like, and you grow alongside the plants. You know, you grow in your knowledge, you grow in your skills, and the plants grow in your home, and they thrive and they be happy. So, you know, let's get growing. You know, that's my motto. So that's pretty much all of the plants that I can remember I picked up at the plant swap. If I missed any, then oh well. I know I have a couple propagations inside of this box actually. So let me see. Let's see. These bitches messy. Let's see. After all of the surgery, you is the ugly, and that is what gets me. Don't copyright me, Nikki. Alright, let's check inside of here. Ooh, this is so delicious. It's so beautiful. So I know I have this here. It is I forgot the name of it. It's one of the Philodendron, and this is so like rooted so well. It's, yeah, I forgot the name of it, but it has like, I think it's Philodendron Golden Dragon. I think that's what it is. So this is the Philodendron Golden Dragon. I kind of like neglected it, and then I decided to just like throw it inside of this box, and it's gone ahead and the main stem, right, died off, but it put out an offshoot before, and that offshoot is super rooted. So this is the Philodendron Golden Dragon. Really happy inside of this pot. And I think I had a huge golden pothos from Jill, but I think that one did die back. Like, it was like a Hawaiian something. Yeah, so that one died back. So basically, those are all of the plants that I did get my hands on at this plant swap that happened in the month of either October or September of 2021 at my first ever plant swap meet and greet that I went to. Really happy to just share all of this new growth with you all. Really happy that my plants have pushed out all this new growth. I'm really proud of my plant parenthood skills. So yes, my salty pecans, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please let me know by giving a big old thumbs up and sharing. Subscribe if you aren't already. Join this little cookie family because we're pretty awesome here. Become a salty pecan. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. Make sure you follow me on my other social media platforms at HauzPlant, HauzPlant. And also make sure you are subscribed to my new YouTube channel, my second YouTube channel, which is more of a lifestyle channel. I will be sharing more me, more my day-to-day life, workout things. So like I mentioned, I'm waiting to get a bit more followers, subscribers before I start cranking out videos on there. But I have been filming. I filmed a couple things already that, you know, is in my library to edit. But I have a couple of things that are really fun, like a picnic that I went to with my best. So yes, salty peeps, I will see you on the next one. Let's get growing. Bye.